Once, there lived a poor girl named Princess, known for her unmatched beauty. She worked alone in an abandoned palace, unaware that a Jinn had been waiting there for a beautiful soul for hundreds of years. The Jinn offered Princess wealth and luxury, but soon his love turned into obsession. What happened next was so terrifying that even the bravest would tremble to hear it. Princess lived in a small mud house on the edge of Eldenbury village with her sick mother. Her life was filled with struggle, an empty kitchen, a leaking roof, and her mother's illness. Yet every morning she prayed with faith, reciting from the Holy Quran, asking only for honest livelihood and her mother's recovery. Villagers often advised her to take easier paths. Some offered marriage, some sinful ways, but she refused every temptation. One day, an old woman told her about a deserted Shamsi palace, where servants never stayed for long, but where the pay was generous. Seeing her mother's pain and hunger, Princess decided to take the job, saying, even if devils live there, I'll go with the name of Allah on my lips. The palace once belonged to Nawab Zain al-Abidin Shamsi, whose daughter Zuleika had died tragically, hanging herself out of pride and anger. Since then, strange events haunted the palace. Servants disappeared, eerie cries echoed, and villagers stayed away. But Princess, strong in faith, stepped inside, saying, "This house belongs to jinns. My lord is the lord of all jinn and men." Inside the walls lived Camille, Jinn, who was once pious and close to God. Long ago, Camille had fallen in love with a human girl, and, when rejected, cursed his fate, thus losing his place among the pure. For centuries he wandered until he found refuge in the Shamsi palace, now cursed with dark forces. When Princess entered, her prayers and patience awakened something divine in him. He watched her recite Quran, clean humbly, and care for her mother with love. His affection grew, but it was not earthly desire. It was the yearning of a lonely spirit seeking peace. Yet, a jinn's love for a human was forbidden, the test between purity and sin. One night, seeing her cry for her mother's medicine, Camille dropped a bag of gold before her. Terrified, Princess recited verses from the Quran, refusing to touch the money. That night, she dreamt a voice, whispering, "Say yes, Princess, and all your worries will end." She awoke in tears, prostrated and prayed, "Oh my Lord, I seek only what you give. I want no favors from unseen beings." The next day, new clothes, food, and medicines appeared by magic. She rejected them all, reciting Surah Al-Baqarah, saying, "I am the servant of Allah alone." Camille burned with pains. This was the first time someone had refused him with faith instead of fear. Then entered Hafiz Ibrahim, a wise scholar from Eldenbury village, drawn to the palace by a divine feeling. Princess told him everything: the coins, the voice, the strange gifts. He smiled and said, "Daughter, this is not just your trial, it is every believer's test. True trust in Allah means expecting help only from Him." He gave her a rosary and advised, when afraid, recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir and Arajum, and read Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. Hafiz Ibrahim began reciting Ayatul Kursi, Surah Jinn, and other verses around the palace. Camille watched helplessly, feeling his power fade before the divine words. Meanwhile, far away in the village, Princess's mother, Fatima Begum, was praying endlessly for her daughter's safety. One night she cried, "Oh Allah, if her safety costs my life, take me instead, but protect her honor and faith." Her prayer reached the heavens, and at that very moment, a soft divine light filled the palace. Camille realized that Princess was surrounded not just by faith, but by a mother's unbreakable prayers. The next morning, Princess felt calm, and saw that light again. She smiled and whispered, "My mother must have prayed for me." Camille's love now turned into torment. He felt rejected, humiliated, and lost. Spins. I offered her everything: gold, health and ease, and she chose only her God. He cried. The war inside the Shamsi palace was no longer between a jinn and a girl. It was between faith and desire, light and darkness. The jinn's fading love against the girl's rising faith.